Hello everyone, it's me, it's Mark, and I'm here with you for another live stream class. Yay! Before I do anything, I need to know if you can see me. I need to know if you can hear me. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is A-okay. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is how it should be. Helga, hello Helga. Helga says yes, thank you Helga. Charge Vitamin says yes, thank you Charge. Boars is here. Boars is in the house. Boars says yes, thank you Boars. Carlos says yes. Howdy Carlos. Katie says yes, thank you Katie. Mercy's here. Hello, Mercy. Mercy says yes. Okay, great. You can see me, you can hear me, so that means everything is A-okay, and that means we can go ahead and start. Diva, hello. Diva says yes. Okay, great. As you know, we always start our class with a toast. Katie, hello, Katie. Actually, 3 toasts, everyone. 3, 3, 3. 3 is the magic number. And so whatever you're drinking, pick it up. Of course, I have my beautiful orange tumbler filled with hot black coffee. And we will have, like I said, 3 toasts. Our first toast is for the members, the green team. Carlos is representing the green team. He supports me. He supports the channel financially. So let's give Carlos and the rest of the green team a big thank you. Here we go. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Our second toast, it is for Boars. You see Boars. His name is in Blueberry. He is the moderator. He is helping you. He is helping me in the chat. So let's give Boars a big, big thank you for his fantastic help in the chat. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. Thank you, Boars. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. And our third toast, yes, it's for you, because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So let's toast to you. Let's toast to a fun, interesting, informative, and productive lesson today. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Okay, good. Now let's talk about today's lesson plan. And here it is. It's on this sheet of paper. Today, as always, we start with an idiom. I will write the idiom on the board, and then we will make sentences using the idiom. After that, we have a worksheet. And the worksheet has phrasal verbs, and the topic is crime and law. Crime and law. So we will look at phrasal verbs. There's a video and a worksheet. So with today's phrasal verbs, as always, there's a worksheet or a video, and the video is going to have today's phrasal verbs, and then the worksheet is for us to practice using the phrasal verbs, making sentences. And then after that, we have another worksheet. We have two worksheets today. The second worksheet is an activity where we describe a picture. So there are 9 pictures. We describe each of the pictures, but we're going to use adverbs of frequency, always, usually, sometimes, rarely, never. So we're going to use adverbs of frequencies to describe the pictures, and the topic is daily activities. So we have 2 worksheets and a video. So I hope you are ready to practice with me and with Boars and the chat. And by participating in the chat, you are doing two things at the same time. You are helping yourself, right? You are practicing your English, you're making sentences, you're using English. So of course you are practicing your English and you're helping others at the same time, right? We learn by example. So the more example sentences there are in the chat, there are more ways for us to learn. We see how the sentences are built. We see vocabulary. And so that's going to help us get better in English. So we're helping ourselves and we're helping others at the same time. So that's a great thing. And that's how it should be. Yes. Hey, Mary's here. Hello, Mary. All right, Mary. Mary's on the green team. Mary is representing, well, actually say Mary and Carlos. They are representing the green team. So thank you for being here. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the idiom. And today's idiom is daydream. If you know what that means, write it in the chat. Today's idiom is daydream. If you know what it means, write it in the chat. Daydream. If you know what it means, write it in the chat. Daydream is our first idiom, our first activity. Daydream. Okay, you got it. Do you know what it means? If you know what it means, write it in the chat. Okay, Boris says fantasize. Okay. We can say that, Boris, fantasize. Okay, Katie, when someone gets lost in thought or imagining pleasant things while awake. Yeah, very good, Katie, perfect. Carlos, nice day. Yeah, we can say that you're thinking about a nice day, right? You're having pleasant thoughts, right? So you're thinking about a nice day. All right, yep. So very good. I have pleasant thoughts while awake. Pleasant thoughts while awake. So you guys know what it sorry. It is hay fever season in Japan. I have hay fever. And so I have a runny nose and a little bit of a cough. So I'm sorry about that. I always get hay fever from March to May. So the next 2 months, I'm going to have hay fever. It always finishes actually at the beginning of May. So at the beginning of May, it'll finish. But March and April are the two big months when I get hay fever. So I'm sorry about that. If I cough, I try not to. Okay, so pleasant thought while awake. Yeah, and so you're not like paying attention. So kind of not paying attention. Right? So maybe you're at work and you're not paying attention to your job. You're just looking in the air, go, it would be nice if I was at the beach. It would be nice if I was at home having a barbecue. So you're thinking of pleasant thoughts, and you might be, at work. You might be driving a car or something, and you're not paying attention, right? So that's the that's the main thing, right? Like, hey, stop daydreaming, right? So maybe you're at work and a coworker, they're just sitting there and looking in the sky, right? They're just looking up. And you go, hey, what are you doing? Stop daydreaming. Stop daydreaming. Get back to work, right? The boss comes, hey, everyone, no daydreaming. Stop daydreaming. Get back to work. Pay attention to your job. Pay attention to what you're doing. No daydreaming around here. Don't think pleasant thoughts. No pleasant thoughts around here. Get to work. Stop daydreaming. Pay attention to your work. Yeah. Okay, now, of course, we have to write sentences. We have to practice using the idiom. And I'm going to write my sentence. So this is when you write your sentences in the chat. My sentence is, he was daydreaming about his next vacation while sitting at his desk. One more time. He was daydreaming about his next vacation while sitting at his desk, right? So he's not paying attention to his job, to his work. Okay, it's a long sentence. Sorry about that. So, here it is. He was daydreaming about his next vacation while sitting at his desk. One more time. He was daydreaming about his next vacation while sitting at his desk. Okay, Helga has a sentence. He is sleeping with his eyes open. He is daydreaming. Very good. Yeah, good, Helga. Or maybe you have special glasses that have, it shows like your eyes are open, but actually your eyes are closed. Okay, Boars. Hey, Henna's here. Hello, Henna. How are you today? Okay, let's see. Boars. I don't have time for you to just daydream all day long. Good sentence. Carlos. I was daydreaming about my vacation today and I didn't finish my job. Carlos, pay attention. No daydreaming. Yeah, good sentences, everyone. Okay, let's go 3 more minutes. Keep writing your sentences, and then I'm going to change to our next activity. But if you want to keep practicing using Daydream, go right ahead. But I'm going to put the timer for 3 minutes, and then we will do our next topic, which is phrasal verbs. Here we go, 3 minutes, and we're counting down. Mary Poppins, my friend often daydreams at work. Yeah, tell your friend, no daydreaming, pay attention. Yeah, okay, Boris, sorry. So on Friday, so Boris says, I reviewed your last live stream. So on Friday, I had a meeting at my university, so I couldn't be here at 10. So I was at school at 10 because of a meeting. So I had to cancel our normal live stream, and I got back to the office here in the afternoon, kind of late afternoon, and because I didn't do when I'm, normal time, I thought, okay, I'll do a quick one. And so I had one on Friday at 4 p.m. So I go here at 5 p.m., but on Friday I did one not at 10, but at 4 p.m. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so I couldn't be here at that time, and I did one later. So I know a lot of you couldn't come, right, because of the time. So sorry about that. Thank you for looking at it, Boris. I appreciate it. Carlos has a sentence. I was daydreaming about, oh wait, no, I already did that. I gotta go down, look down. Okay, Katie. She was daydreaming about her wedding. Okay, good. Charge. He forgot to turn off the faucet and seemed to be daydreaming. Okay, charge. So we need seemed to be daydreaming. Hannah, I always daydream whenever I'm alone. Okay, thanks, Boris. I appreciate it. Okay, we got a few more seconds to write your sentences, and then we will go to our phrasal verbs, and we'll start with a video. The video will introduce the phrasal verbs, and then the worksheet is time to practice. Oh, good, Mary. Yeah, so it was a short live stream because it wasn't our normal time and wasn't normal. So, okay, I just did kind of a spare of the moment live stream on Friday. It was short. Thank you for watching, Mary. Mwah. Mercy has a sentence. I smiled at my daydream last night, remembering my last trip. Okay, so we got to change your sentence a little bit, Mercy, okay? So daydreaming is you're awake thinking about something pleasant, right? So you're awake thinking about something pleasant, usually not paying attention to your job or whatever you're doing, right? You're just thinking about something pleasant, something nice. So Mercy, your sentence, I smiled while daydreaming, remembering my last trip. I think that's a good sentence. Mercy, one more time. I smiled while daydreaming, remembering my last trip. One more time. I like it, Mercy. I smiled while daydreaming I smiled while daydreaming, remembering my last trip. Carlos, the helper doesn't understand. He was daydreaming during the plan expand. How about the plan? Oh, explanation? The plan meeting, the plan? The helper doesn't understand. He was daydreaming during the plan. During the talk about the plan, during the introduction of the plan, during the meeting, maybe that's better, meeting. You're talking about what you will do, right? So meetings, we gather people and we talk about what we should be doing about the future, right? So next week, this is our plan, or tomorrow, this is our plan, or later, this is our plan. So you have a meeting to talk about the plan, right? So Carlos, the helper doesn't understand because he was daydreaming during the meeting. Yeah? The helper doesn't understand because he was daydreaming during the meeting. Yeah, good, Carlos. Boris, I've been daydreaming all day long and finding myself getting lost in the labyrinth of my mind. Good, 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 good. Okay, nicely done. Mercy, all right. So Mercy, what she did She fixed her sentence. She made it better. She took the recommendation. So that's how you get better. That's how you improve. So here we go. Mercy, I smiled while daydreaming, remembering my last trip. Yeah, perfect. Henna, hey, stop daydreaming and go back to work. Yeah, very good, very good. Yep, so daydreaming, that is pleasant thoughts while awake, not paying attention. For example, he was daydreaming about his next vacation while sitting at his desk. Yeah, so the boss came by, saw him daydreaming, not paying attention to his work, and the boss said, hey, stop daydreaming, get back to work. And so he had to stop daydreaming, he had to stop thinking about pleasant thoughts and get back to work. Oh no. Okay, great job everyone. Kadeen, I'm just daydreaming about better times. Okay, good, good, good. Well, great sentences, everyone. I think this is something we all do. I think this is something that we can talk about, and this applies to our real life, right? So this is English you can use anytime, and it is part of what we do. This is part of human nature, right? Humans, we daydream, we have pleasant thoughts because a lot of times we're doing something unpleasant. And so when we're doing something unpleasant, we like to think about pleasant things, right? And that is called daydreaming. Pleasant thoughts while awake, not paying attention to something that is unpleasant, perhaps like work or chores or school, studying, right? So things that are kind of repetitious or not so pleasant, something monotonous. So we have pleasant thoughts, we are daydreaming. Okay, good, good. Let's get to our next activity, that is phrasal verbs. We got 9 phrasal verbs, and we will look at a video and do a worksheet. So number 2, phrasal verbs. And our topic is crime and law, right? Crime, we could think of crime as like people doing bad things, like criminals, thieves, robbers. And then law, we could think of that as police, the justice system, like courts, judges. So good guys, bad guys. Good guys, bad guys. No. Bad guys, good guys. Bad guys, good guys, yeah. And a phrasal verb is a verb with a preposition, and they make a new meaning. They make a different meaning, like an idiom. But phrasal verbs are used in many contexts. So the same phrasal verb can be used in many different topics with different meanings. So each topic, that phrasal verb changes meaning. It's the same verb plus preposition. You know, a preposition, it shows position of something, right? On, in, under. And so we add a verb with one of those prepositions, and it becomes a phrasal verb, which has its own meaning depending on the topic, right? And this is the topic today. We will look at 9 phrasal verbs, and then of course you will make your own sentences. We will start with a video and then do a worksheet to practice using the phrasal verbs. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Boris. Boris put some important links, and my Patreon, where you get all the worksheets. And so our second worksheet after phrasal verbs, we're going to describe pictures, 9 pictures, and we're going to use adverbs of frequency, and the topic is daily activities. And I also made an audio recording. So with the worksheet, our second one, making sentences, describing the pictures, I did a recording of me describing the pictures using the grammar focus, for example, frequency, adverbs of frequency. So at my Patreon, you'll find the worksheet and a recording, a voice, me saying, describing the pictures. So you can do it on your own. You can listen to my voice. You can listen to how I describe the picture, and then you can practice on your own, right? So go to my Patreon. You can have lots of practice on your own. So on my Patreon, lots of worksheets and lots of practice for you. Okay, so let's go to our phrasal verbs. Let's look at the 9 phrasal verbs we're going to practice today. Hey, Sumayet is in the house. Hello, Sumayet. Okay, where is the video? Here it is. Oh no, those are bad guys. Those are bad guys. So we're talking about crime and law. Crime, those are the thieves. Those are the people taking things. It's not theirs. They're stealing. They're robbing. They are breaking the law. In law, those are the good people. Those are the police. Those are the people who get the criminals. Those are the people who put them away. We want the criminals out of our society because they're bad. They're not acting as a good neighbor, right? The people who live in your neighborhood, you want them to be good neighbors. You want them to be good people because you want to be able to trust people. You want your things to be where you want them. You work hard. You don't want someone taking it from you. So these guys take things from you. So we got to get rid of them. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the phrasal verbs here. This is our first phrasal verb. Break into. Break into. To enter a place illegally, often by force. Oh, Carlos, this is not dictation. We're just practicing the phrasal verbs and doing a worksheet. This is not dictation. Musa is here. Hello, Musa. How are you today? Okay, one more time. Break into. To enter a place illegally, right? So the place could be your house. It could be an office building. It could be a department store, right? And by force, often by force. So they'll break a window. They'll use like a crowbar. They get into the house. They break into the house. They break into the store. They break into the office building to steal, right? Musa, okay, we got the green team. We got 3 people from the green team. Yeah. Okay, let's look at phrasal verb 2. Number 2 is run off with. Run off with. To steal something and escape. To steal something and escape. So run off with. So they took it and ran. They took it and ran. So that's they ran off with my bag. They ran off with my wallet. They ran off with my cell phone. They took something from me or you. Musa is good. Nice, Musa. Okay, here's number 3. Number 3 is hold up. Hold up. That means to rob a place, especially using a weapon. So the thieves will hold up a store, right? And then maybe they have a knife. Maybe they have a gun. Give me your money, right? They'll hold up a bank. They'll have a gun. They'll have a knife. And they'll tell the bank teller, give me your money. So hold up. To rob a place, that means take something from somewhere, especially using a weapon. So they'll use a weapon to threaten you, so you will give it to them. Julia, hello, Julia. Number 4. Number 4 is tip off. Tip off. To secretly inform the police about a crime. To secretly inform the police about a crime. So tip off meaning you know something is going to happen. Maybe you know, one of your friends is a thief, or you know someone who is going to do something, rob or steal, and you call the police. You tell them, hey, I know someone who's going to rob the bank. Oh, I know someone who is going to break into a house. I know someone who's going to, break into a department store. So you tell the police, you tell them about it, and so you are tipping off the police so they can catch the thief. Okay, number 5, get away with. Get away with. And that means to escape punishment for a crime. To escape punishment for a crime. So maybe, you know, the thief was lying, or they had a really good lawyer, and so we know they did it, but they got away with it. You know, they didn't get caught. They didn't get put into jail. They got away with it. They escaped punishment. They weren't punished for the crime. They got away with it. Maybe you saw, you know, movies have a lot about this, right? So maybe a famous movie, it's called Ocean's 11. Brad Pitt and some, you know, lots of famous actors, actresses. And so they plan a robbery. They plan a robbery. And so they got away with the money. They got away with stealing, right? And so they escaped punishment. They didn't get put into jail. They got away with it. Okay, number 6, lock up. Lock up. That means to put someone in jail. So that's the opposite. Not getting away with it. They got locked up. They got put in jail. They got put in prison. They did not get away with it. He is in jail. He is locked up. Be taken in. Be taken in. That means to be deceived or tricked by someone. So maybe like scammers, right? They call you. They say, "Oh, I'm from the bank. There's something wrong. Please give me your bank information," or something, right? And they scam you. They take your money. You have been taken in by the scammers. You have been taken in by the bad people. So they trick you. They lie to you. They say they're from maybe your bank. Maybe they say they're from your work. Maybe they say they're your cousin or something. They lie, and they're able to get information from you so they can steal your money, steal, I don't know, whatever. And so if that happens, like the scammers, you're taken in. You're taken in. That means they tricked you. They deceived you. They were able to trick you into giving them your money or information. Thanks, Boris. Boris is always like helping me with the links, so you guys can support me. Check out those links there. Okay, number 8, track down. Track down. To find someone after a long search. To find someone after a long search. So, you know, a lot of times these are movies too, or right, The Fugitive. Right, that's a famous movie where the police are tracking down the criminals, or yeah, a lot of these like police stories, detective stories. They're a famous one. It's an old one, Clint Eastwood, and it's called Magnum Force, or Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry. He's a detective. He's on the police department, and he's looking for the bad guy, the criminal, the thief, the rapist, the kidnapper, the bad person. And so, you know, taking the clues and tracking down the evidence and you know, trying to catch the thief, trying to catch the bad person. So he tracked him down and he got him. Yeah. Okay, one more. Number 9, turn in. Turn in, to report someone to the authority. So turn in. So, you know, so for example, let's say somebody robbed the bank, but and the police don't know, but you know who did it. You know who did it. You call the police and you say, you know, this guy robbed the bank. You turned him in, right? So you're able to tell the police who did it, and so now the police can catch that person. You turned them in. Maybe even like, you know, you caught them yourselves, your own hands, and so you take the thief to the police department. You take them to the police officer and say, this is the robber, here he is. So you turned him in. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, now let's go over the let's go over the phrasal verbs together. We're not going to stop. We're going to say all 9 in a row. Okay, we're going to say all 9 in a row. We're not going to stop the video, and then we will do, well, you can't see it. Then we will do the worksheet. Okay, here we go. Let's say the phrasal verbs together. Here we go. Let me get some water. Here we go. Okay, sorry. I got hay fever. Okay, here we go. Let's say the phrasal verbs. Break into, break into. Run off with, run off with. Hold up, hold up. Tip off, tip off. Get away with, get away with. Lock up, lock up. Be taken in, be taken in. Track down, track down. Turn in, turn in. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so those are the 9 phrasal verbs. Now we're going to do the worksheet. Okay, there we go. Well, let's put it up there. So let's mark it off. We did it. We checked out the video. We looked at the 9 phrasal verbs. Now it's time to do the worksheet. Now it's time for you to make sentences using these phrasal verbs. Okay. There it is, right there. There's the worksheet. We got to make it bigger. It's too small. We can't see it. Let's make it full screen. All right. Now we can see it. Okay, so we have our topic, crime and law. We have our 9 phrasal verbs. And then we have example sentences. Of course, we learn by examples, right? We learn by examples. So we have example sentences. So let's check it out. And then, of course, you'll make your own sentences. Let's look at the phrasal verbs one more time. Break into, to enter a place illegally, often by force. Run off with, to steal something and escape. Hold up, to rob a place, especially using a weapon. Tip off, to secretly inform the police about a crime. 5. Get away with, to escape punishment for a crime. 6. Lock up, to put someone in jail. 7. Be taken in, to be deceived or tricked by someone. 8. Track down, to find someone after a long search. 9. Turn in, to report someone to the authorities. Now we have example sentences. Let's look at them. Here we go. Number 1, someone broke into our house last night. Someone broke into our house last night. So the phrasal verb, break into. Number 2, a thief ran off with her bag. A thief ran off with her bag. Run off with, that's our phrasal verb, run off with. Number 3, the store was held up by 2 masked men. The store was held up by 2 masked men. Our phrasal verb, hold up. Number 4, the police were tipped off about the robbery. The police were tipped off about the robbery. The phrasal verb, tip off. Number 5, she lied in court and got away with it. She lied in court and got away with it. Phrasal verb, get away with. Get away with. 6, the suspect was locked up for 10 years. The suspect was locked up for 10 years. The phrasal verb, lock up. 7, she was taken in by the scammer's lies. She was taken in by the scammer's lies. The phrasal verb, taken in. 8, detectives finally tracked down the suspect. Detectives finally tracked down the suspect. Phrasal verb, track down. Our last phrasal verb, number 9. He turned himself into the police. He turned himself into the police. And the phrasal verb is turn in. Turn in. Okay. Let's do our sentences. There are the 9 phrasal verbs. Now it's your turn. Make sentences. Use those phrasal verbs. Helga has a sentence. A group of criminals broke into the apartments of honest citizens, ran off with the loot, and held up stores. All right. Lots of phrasal verbs in that sentence. Bores. If you were daydreaming and not paying attention on the subway, then pickpockets could easily run off with your bag. Bores used. I always call attention to this because it's very useful for you. Making connections. Making connections. Bores took our idiom, took our phrasal verbs, and put them together. He made connections. That's going to help his memory. That's going to help him remember how to use it in the future. Right? We're here to remember. It's difficult to remember. It's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. It takes no effort to forget, right? In and out. The problem with forgetting is you can't use it, right? That's what we want to do. We want to remember so we can use it later. We can use it. So the more times you make connections, the better chance you will have of remembering. And that's the whole thing too, making sentences so you remember, right? So we're here practicing now so you can remember these things. Thank you, Boris. Good job. Okay, Kadeen, someone broke into his car and stole his laptop. Okay, so we need to change break to broke. Past tense. One more time, Katie. Someone broke into his car and stole his laptop. So we just change break to broke. And that makes it good. Katie, someone broke into his car and stole the laptop. Perfect, Katie. And by fixing your sentence, so I'm gonna talk to you again. So, making connections, it's gonna help you remember. And of course, fixing your sentence, that's gonna help you remember too, right? So, Katie, just a simple mistake. She didn't put the verb in the past, right? She said break. The right way to do it is to put it in the past. And so that's what she did. So, oh, you're right. Oh no, that was a mistake. I will fix it, right? And by doing that, you see your mistake, and then by fixing it, you are reinforcing that that grammar point, right? So by recognizing, oh yeah, that should be in the past, and then you actually write it the right way, that's going to help you remember, and that's going to help you avoid doing that again. I mean, we're always going to keep making mistakes. I do it all the time, but the trick is the thing we want to do is to recognize it. You make a mistake. Oh yeah, you see it, right? That's why we ask someone, oh, can you read my paper, right? So if you're writing an email or writing a report, after you finish writing, you look at it, right? You write it, and then after you finish, you check it for mistakes, right? Because a lot of times when we're writing, we're just getting our thoughts on the paper. We have an idea, we have something we want to say, we write it on the paper or on the computer. After we finish, we look at it again, right? Make sure there's no mistakes, make sure there's all the words are there that we want, right? We proofread it, we reread it, right? And then you notice, okay, that is wrong, oh, I need a word here. So you notice what you need to do before you send it, right? Before you give it to your boss, before you give it to your friend. And so that is proofreading, that is checking for mistakes. And so by doing that, not just, okay, yeah, I see that, and you go on to the next one, you're gonna do it again, you're gonna forget it, right? But by rewriting, you're gonna help yourself to remember it. And that's why we're here. We're here to remember, not to forget. We want to remember. We don't want to forget. Okay. Nur, hello Nur, how are you today? Good to see Nur in the house. Mary says, 2 guys broke into the bank in our neighborhood last night. Oh boy. That's crazy people do that. I don't understand people doing these things, right? Like, I can't understand people breaking into a bank. I can't understand people robbing stores with a gun. I can't imagine. Why would people do that? It makes no sense. You're going to get caught. You're going to be put in prison. I don't understand. I really, really don't. Helga sentence. The police were tipped off about them, and after a long time of chasing, they were tracked down. Okay, we have to change your sentence, Helga. The police were tipped off, right? You can see tip off, right? Number 4. Right? Tipped off, that's number 4. So the police were tipped off about the thieves. Period. After a long chase, they were tracked. Okay, no. Tracked down. A chase is like they're after them, so it's a little, you can't. A chase and track down, that's a little different. So let's don't put those two together. Let's say how about this, Helga? This is a better sentence. The police were tipped off about the thieves and they were tracked down. The police were tipped off about the thieves and they were tracked down. That makes more sense. Carlos, my friend was locked up for 2 months because he didn't pay child support. Oh boy. My friend was locked up for 2 months. For 2 months. Yeah. If the court, the judge says you have to pay, you got to pay, they'll get you. They'll track you down. They will get you for sure. Eventually. Eventually. Maybe after some time after, but eventually you will be tracked down. Boars. I turned the bad guy in to the police and said, take this holier than thou to the prison. Guys, he held up 2 banks. Good job, Boars. That was a citizen's arrest. Boars did a citizen's arrest. Helga, those criminals daydreamed to get away with it, but they were locked up. Oh, I like it, I like it. Okay, good. Helga used daydream with the phrasal verb get away, locked up. 2 phrasal verbs. One idiom, 2 phrasal verbs. We got to change it a little bit, okay, Helga? The criminals daydreamed about getting away with it, but they were locked up. Here we go. One more time, Helga. Those criminals were daydreaming to get away with it. They were daydreaming to get away with it, but they were locked up. Oh, Hannah, let me see. I think I missed it, Hannah. I don't see it. How long ago? Hannah, one more time. I don't see it. I don't see it, Hannah. I see your daydreaming sentence. Hey, stop daydreaming and go back to work. I know that one. I said that before. Hannah, I don't see it. Hannah, I don't see your sentence. I don't know what happened. One more time. Write your sentence one more time. Okay, Hannah? One more time. Okay, let's go. Mary says, the thieves run off with the bag of money. Okay, we went past tense, Mary. We went past tense, ran. The thieves ran off with the bag of money. Helga, the police were tipped off about the thieves and they were tracked down. Good, Helga. Nice. Katie, the thief ran away with my friend's watch when I was young. Oh boy, it's true, Katie says. It's terrible. That is, thieves are the worst. Thievery is the worst. Thievery is the worst. Bores. I just want to report that 2 masked men broke into my house and ransacked the place. Yeah, one more time. I think I didn't read your sentence well enough, Bores. Sorry. Here we go. I'm going to read it better. I just want to report that 2 masked men broke into my house and ransacked the place. There, I read it better. Makes more sense. I'll do it one more time. So this is Bores is on the telephone. Okay, here's Bores on the Bores. He gets home. He opens the door. What happened? Oh my God! What happened to my house? I gotta call the police. I just want to report that 2 masked men broke into my house and ransacked the place. Well, actually, sorry. We saw them because they were masked men, right? So here we go. I gotta do it again. Come in. What happened? 2 masked men just ran right by me. Why is my door open? That's very strange. 2 masked men just ran by me. My door is open. Uh-oh, I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling about this. Walk into my house. Oh my God, what happened to my place? It is ransacked. It is a mess. Things are everywhere. Things are missing. Where's my TV? Where's my computer? Oh no, things are missing. The place is ransacked. It's a mess. I have to call the police. I just want to report that 2 masked men broke into my house and ransacked the place. There we go, Bores. That was a reenactment. Sometimes you'll watch a TV show and they talk about a murder. They talk about a robbery, and so they have a reenactment, right? Because of course we didn't see the actual crime, we didn't see the actual murder, but we know the story, right? And so the TV show, they do a reenactment. They have an actor and actress, and and they retell the crime. They act out the crime, and so it's a reenactment. So when you're watching, there's a narrator, someone talking about the crime, and then the people doing the crime. It's not the real crime. They're just acting out the crime. And so that's what I did. I did a reenactment of Bores' sentence. Okay, I'm looking at the clock, and we got another worksheet, everybody. So let's go 5 more minutes with this, okay? We're going to go 5 minutes, and then we're going to do our next worksheet, and that is describing the picture. So don't worry, we're going to have much more writing practice. Just different topic. Okay, there we go. 5 minutes, write your sentences using the phrasal verbs, where the clock is counting down. Okay, worksheet, phrasal verbs, crime and law. Oh, thank you, Bores. Bores liked my reenactment. Yes, Bores, I forgot about that. That's good, that's good. I have to read some other sentences first. Okay, Bores. Okay, Helga. Those criminals were daydreaming to get away with, with it, but they were, okay, here we go. Those criminals were daydreaming to get away with it, but but they were locked up. Good, Helga, you fixed it. Well done. Mary, the thieves ran off with the bag of money. Yes, you fixed it. Good. Mary, he held up the local grocery store, but got away with it. So you got to do it the past tense. So remember, I'm seeing you guys, I'm seeing a lot of this mistakes. When you write a sentence about something that happened, it's in the past, right? So it already happened. The thief got away with it. The police were tipped off. The thieves were daydreaming. So we are telling about something that happened already. So a lot of these sentences that we're using is it already happened. We are retelling the story. We are talking about what happened, right? The crime. And so in a way, right, I gave a reenactment of Bors's sentence, right? It already happened. We're talking about it now. We're talking about something now that happened before, right? Oh, yeah. Like, for example, let me read. I think Bors talked about OJ here. Yeah. So OJ is one of the criminal cases that shocked, right? Because it happened already. So Bors used shocked, past tense. Shocked me because he got away, right? Past tense, got away with the crime he had, past tense, committed, past tense, right? So we know the story because it already happened. So you got to be careful with the verbs. Remember what the verb does. It gives us when it happened, the action, right? So the verbs are action words. And so when did the action happen? Did the action already happen? So we have to put the verb in the past tense. Is the action happening now? Then we have to do the ing. Or will the action happen in the future? So then we have to use going to will, right? So when did the action happen? And so then you have to use the verb when the action happened. Did it happen in the past? Is it happening now? Or in the future? And again, if it happens all the time, then it's just the base verb, right? If it's a repeated action, then we just use the simple tense. Okay, we got about a minute now. Katie, the thief got away with stealing the jewelry. Good sentence. Mary, he held up the local grocery store but got away with it. Good, Mary. Okay. Yeah, for sure. OJ got away with it. So that's a good illustration, Boris, because I think many people around the world know about that crime, that murder, because we saw it on TV. We didn't see the crime on TV, but we saw the trial, we saw the judge, we saw the lawyers, we saw OJ. And so every day it was on TV, and so we could follow it. And so it was very interesting TV. I was busy. It was in the summer. I was working and going to school. So I had no time for the OJ trial. Okay, that is time. Let's see, Mary's sentence. The police tracked down those two guys who broke into the bank yesterday. Perfect. Katie, the judge decided to lock up the criminal for 10 years. Good sentence. Helga, I missed Helga's sentence. Hold on. Yeah, I thought I read it, right, Helga? Those criminals were daydreaming to get away with it, but they were locked up. Yep. I read it. That was good. You fixed it. Nice. If that's not the sentence, Helga, if that's not the sentence, please tell me, okay? But that was good. You fixed it. That's the whole point of practicing, right? We're practicing so we remember. We are practicing so we remember. And by rewriting your sentence, by fixing those mistakes, you're going to help yourself remember. Oh, not that one. Another one. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. The one before that, perhaps. Is this the one? You fixed 2, right? The police were tipped off about the thieves and they were tracked down. That's perfect. Perfect sentence. Is that it? Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, Katie. Hello, Katie. He robbed the museum, but someone turned him in to the police. Turned him into the police. Okay, good, Katie. Turned him into the police. Into the police. Okay, that was our, oh, scammers. You did one about scammers. I don't see it, Helga. Can you write it again? Yeah, no one did anything about the scammers. I'm always getting email from scammers. Always. Every day. It's terrible. But I know they're scammers. It's so easy to spot, but it's just, you got to do it again, Helga. I don't see it. And the sentence didn't appear. So sometimes that happens. I don't know. Maybe you didn't push enter. But that happens sometimes where I don't see the sentence you wrote in the chat. Maybe sometimes people don't put enter. I don't know. But one more time, okay, Helga? Whoa, Hannah has a big sentence here. Okay, here we go. Hannah's sentence. Okay, broke. Remember, we have to use past tense. If it happened, it's in the past. They broke into a bank, held up, took the money, and got away. So Hannah, got to put it in the past. So do it again. All your verbs got to be in the past tense. Fix it, and then I will look at it again. Georgina, hello, Georgina's here. Okay, Georgina is new, and here is Georgina's sentence. The robber left a lot of signs and marks, but the police didn't do their job, so the robber got away with it. Good, Georgina. You just need to change. It's not its, but it's their job. T-H-E-I-R. One more time. The robber left a lot of signs and marks, but the police didn't do their job. So the robber got away with it. So the police are people, right? So with people, we use their. It's, I-T-S, possessive pronoun. That is for things and animals, but the police, they are people. So we have to use T-H-E-I-R, their job. Okay, good. So that was the worksheet. Okay, there is the worksheet. Of course, on my Patreon, go get the worksheet. Support me there so I can support you here. Support me there so I can support you here. Get all the worksheets. Flashcards, I've been updating my Patreon. I've been trying to get it better organized for you. So if you go to my Patreon, and you go and you can see the categories, and so I'm grouping all the worksheets and videos into categories to help you find the worksheets you need. So I've been working hard on my Patreon, getting it organized better. Okay, good. All right, let's go Oh, let's check it off. You did it. We did lots of sentences on the worksheet. Good job. So now we're going to have another worksheet. Thank you, Boers. Now we're going to have another worksheet, but this is a different topic and a different activity. Number 3. Describe pictures. And the topic is daily activities. And we're going to use a grammar tense of adverbs of frequency. Okay, so those are how often something happens. So adverbs of frequency are things how often something happens. Does it always happen? Does it usually happen? Does it sometimes happen? Does it rarely happen? Does it never happen? Georgina, hola, ¿cómo está usted? Bueno. Okay, Georgina, we have Carlos. Carlos is from Mexico too. Okay, great. Okay, let's go to our next worksheet. Describe the pictures. And what I'm doing with this series, like I said, I'm working hard on my Patreon. I'm doing, no, that's not it. Where is it? There it is. I think. Why can't I see it? Hold on. I'm sorry, I can't find, hold on, there's something wrong. Something. Okay, that's the video. Phrasal verbs. No. What happened? It's not there. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, I gotta put it back on. Hold on, give me 30 seconds, please. 30 seconds. I need 30 seconds. Where is it? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Okay, something weird happened. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I have to give me 1 minute break, okay? 1 minute break. I have to find it. Hold on. It's not going to take more than 1 minute. Hold on. Okay, where is it? Weird. Okay. I found it. There it is right there. It was weird. It like disappeared and then anyways, sorry about that. Okay, this is the worksheet. This is describe the pictures. Thank you, Mercy. Now about this worksheet, what I'm doing with my Patreon is, so I'm making a voice recording of all these pictures, right? So I give you an example, and then you can listen to my example, and then of course you can repeat after me, or use your own sentences. But all of these series, right? So this is number 2. This is the second one I'll show you. See, this says number 2, right? This is number 2. So I did one. I did a live stream using 1, and this is number 2. And so what I did is I made a recording for an example, right? So you can listen and get examples, and then make your own, of course, and you write sentences and you say them yourself, and even like do your own recording. So that's like if you're practicing by yourself, if you're studying by yourself, what's good is, most smartphones now have a voice memo, voice recording, and so just practice into your smartphone, recording your voice, recording your sentences. Then you can listen back and you can hear yourself. That's what I do with my university students. I have them do voice recording, so that way they can hear their mistakes, they can hear their pronunciation. How do they sound? At first it might sound strange hearing your voice, right? But then if you keep doing it, you'll get used to it. And that's a really good way to self-study, is to speak into your phone, recording your voice. And then that's going to help your fluency. Then you can start saying the sentences faster. It's going to help your pronunciation. It's going to help your listening skills, right? Like, oh, that was a mistake. I used it in the present tense. That should be in the past tense, right? So, so check out my Patreon. Right, Carlos says, I don't like my voice. It's very strange at first, right? But you get used to it. So my advice is, don't worry. You're by yourself. No one else is going to listen. Just you have to listen to yourself. But because that's how other people hear you. Remember, maybe you don't like your own voice. It sounds strange, but that's other people. That's what they hear, right? So it's important that you hear yourself speak. That way you know what other people are hearing, right? I'm speaking to you, you're hearing me. But if I spoke into my phone, it's the same thing as speaking to you, right? So even though it sounds strange, even though you don't like hearing your own voice, it's important because that's what other people hear. Okay, good. Okay, so let's look at the worksheet. Okay, so we have daily activities, right? Things we do daily. And then our topic, or I should say our grammar, is adverbs of frequency. Let's look at the directions here. It says, look at the pictures. Use adverbs of frequency, always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. Describe each activity. Write a sentence for each picture, right? So we're gonna speak first. We're gonna say this. We're gonna describe the pictures first, and then you're going to write sentences. Okay. So step 1 is speaking practice, and again, okay, adverbs of frequency. Always. That's 100%. Always equals 100%. Let me write that down. So always equals 100%. Right? Always, 100%. Then we have usually. Okay, usually that equals about 80%. Okay, so that's about 80%. Then we have sometimes. That equals 50%, right? 50% of the time. So maybe, you know, if we do days, maybe that's, you know, 4 days a week, maybe. And then we have, after sometimes, we have rarely, rarely. Rarely, that's a, let's say that is 20%. Rarely, rarely. That's a hard word to say. Rarely. Double R's. Rarely. And then never. 0%, right? So we have always 100% every day. And then we have never, 0, right? We don't do it at all. And then we have usually, rarely. And then in the middle, we have sometimes. Let's say this again. Always, always. Let's say it 3 times. Here we go. Always, always, always. Okay, now we have usually, 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 usually. Okay, sometimes, 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 sometimes. Now we have rarely. Rarely. So this is pretty flat, and we're going to kind of make it a long sound, a long sound. Rarely, rarely, rarely. Let's do it again. Rarely, rarely, rarely. Okay, good. And then we have never, never, never. Never. Okay, good, good. Seldom, yeah, that's like here. But we're using the difficult one. We're practicing the difficult one. The difficult pronunciation, right? So, yeah, so Helga has, yeah, so seldom's here. Same. Often. That's usually like the, usually question. How often do you? I often, yeah. So often is here. But I think we use often more for a question. Yeah, Boris, yeah. So, yeah, so we could put often in here. We could put seldom here. Barely, yeah, so regularly, yeah, there's a lot. But we can't get it all on. We're just practicing these 5 for the sake of the worksheet. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to give you examples, but then you do it yourself, right? So you describe the pictures how you want to. But I'm giving you some examples, right? And then if you want to use seldom, that's great. If you want to use often, that's great. If you want to use barely, that's great. If you want to use I don't know, there's more. So anyways, let's use these as examples. Okay, here we go. Let's say the sentences. So for speaking practice, I'm going to describe the pictures, and then just say what I say, and then on your own, go ahead and say it differently if you want to, and then when we're writing sentences, say it differently if you want, right? So at first, as an example, say what I say, okay? And then after that, say what you want, write what you want. Okay, so we're just as examples. Okay, say what I say. I gotta make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so number 1. Okay, take a shower And then we're going to describe it by saying, she always takes a shower. One more time. She always takes a shower. 2, make the bed. He usually makes the bed. He usually makes the bed. 3, check emails. He sometimes checks emails. Or his, let's say his. He sometimes checks his emails. He sometimes checks his emails. Number 4. She, and we're going to use rarely, okay? She rarely walks the dog. She rarely walks the dog. One more time. This is the difficult pronunciation. She rarely walks the dog. Number 5, do the laundry. I never do the laundry. I never do the laundry. 6, water the plants. She always waters the plants. She always waters the plants. Okay, number 7, read a book. I'm going to use they. They, and I'm going to use usually, okay? They usually read a book. They usually read a book. Number 8, go grocery shopping. I'm going to say I, okay? I sometimes go grocery shopping. I sometimes go grocery shopping. Number 9, listen to music. And I'm going to use myself. And actually, I'm going to use, for number 9, so I was just using these adverbs of frequency. I wasn't using what I do, okay? But for the last one, this is true for me. Number 9 is true for me. Number 9 is I usually listen to music. I usually listen to music. And I will now say what is true for me, okay? The first time I did it, I was just using these adverbs of frequency, but now I'm going to describe the picture, what I do, my true actions, okay? My true actions with these. Here we go. This is true for me. Number 1, I always take a shower. Always take a shower. Make the bed. I always make the bed. I always make the bed. 3, I always check my emails. I always check my emails. Number 5, walk the dog. I never walk the dog. I do not have a dog. I never walk a dog. 5, do the laundry. I never do the laundry. My wife likes it. She likes doing the laundry. I never do the laundry. And 6, water the plants. I don't water plants. I never water the plants. I never water the plants. Read a book. Actually, I don't read many books these days. So I'm going to say, I rarely read a book these days. I rarely read a book these days. Go grocery shopping. I usually go grocery shopping with my wife or by myself. I usually go grocery shopping. And listen to music. I usually listen to music. I usually listen to music. So those were true for me. Now, I want you to write sentences and what's true for you. How about that? Or just practice. So you have 2 choices. You can write what's true for you, or just practice using the adverbs of frequency. It's up to you. You decide what to do, but I will read your sentences. And down here in the worksheet, this is where you write your sentences. Okay, let's check There we go. Helga, quoth the raven, nevermore Edgar Allan Poe. Katie, she always takes a shower before going to work. Good sentence. Helga, I always take a shower in the morning. Good. Carlos, I rarely go grocery shopping. So we need go. I rarely go grocery shopping. So you can see the worksheet there, right? Carlos, go. Henna, okay, read your sentence, Henna. Let me go back. Henna, which sentence? Oh no, Henna, I don't. Henna, I don't see your sentence. Which one? I'm so Henna, again, right? I don't see which. I saw your long one using the phrasal verbs, and I told you like you need to put the verbs in past tense. Okay, so Henna, you got to do it again. Carlos, I never make the bed. Helga, I usually make the bed. Carlos, I usually water the plants. So remember, these are repeated actions. So the verb is in the present tense. Okay, these are repeated, right? This happens 100%. This happens 80% of the time, right? So we need the verb in the present tense, okay? So I always take a shower. I usually make the bed. So the verb is in the present tense because it's a repeated action. So verb needs to be in the present tense. The action. Or the base verb. Okay, so I always take, read, go, do, water, listen, walk. Okay. Okay, Georgina, I always take a shower. I often do the laundry. I usually listen to music. Good, Georgina, perfect. Boris says, I never make my bed because I need to pull the blankets up over my head at night. Again, I think making the bed is useless. It's good to make the bed, actually. I never walk the dog because I don't have one. Yeah, me too, Helga. I never walk the dog because I do not have one. I sometimes walk my cat when she was alive. Mercy, I always cook family meals. Katie, I always make the bed after breakfast. Helga, I often do the laundry. Carlos. Helga, I sometimes water the cactus. Yeah, you don't have to water them often. Charge, I usually take a shower at night. Carlos, I read all sentences. Thank you, Carlos. Irma, hello, Irma's in the house. Irma says, I usually make dinner for my family. Mercy, I sometimes listen to music. Oh, okay, yeah, so that one, she needs to put in the past tense. Boris, thank you. Yeah, so they broke into a bank, held it up took the money and got away. Now the police are tracking them down, and I think someone will finally turn them in so they will be locked up for good. Yes, Hannah, good, good, good. So, yeah, so Hannah, good job, right? So you just had to put the phrase or the phrasal verbs into the past tense, and Boris illustrated your sentence. So I saw it from Boris is there, and it's good. I just read it. So good job, Hannah. Okay, Irma. I never walk the dog because I don't have one. Good. Me too. Charge. I rarely check emails. Uh-oh. I have to check every day. Mercy. I always water my plants. Helga. I sometimes read a book now. I read them a lot in my childhood and youth. Yeah, I think for me, I don't read books too often these days because my eyes. So actually, I'm very busy with YouTube. So I'm always making videos. There's always work I need to do, right? At the university or here on YouTube. So all my free time is making videos and doing YouTube, checking comments and answering comments. And another reason I don't read much these days, my eyes. So I can't read without the glasses. And, a lot of books, the print is so small that I read the newspaper every day. I read the newspaper every day in the morning, but I'm not reading novels these days. Okay. Okay, Katie, yes. Charge. Yep. I don't have a dog. Okay, Charge. I never walk the dog because I don't have a dog. Helga, I often go to the grocery shop. Katie, I always do the laundry. Charge, I sometimes do the laundry. Mercy, nowadays I rarely read books. Yeah, me too. Charge, I never water the plants because I don't have any. We don't need any ones. You could just say, because I don't have any. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, Boris. Boris says, everyone did a great job. I agree, Boris. Irma, I rarely go out with my friends because I am busy with my kids. Mercy, I never walk dogs because I haven't got any. Charge, I sometimes read a book. Carlos, I never walk the dog. Katie, I never water the plants because I don't have one. Irma, I always take a shower in the morning. Boris, I always listen to music. Actually, I don't get through my challenges without listening to music. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium, and what's good about YouTube Premium is you could download music. And so I have music on my smartphone, and so when I'm making videos, I like to listen to music. And so YouTube Premium, you can download all that music. And so I recommend YouTube Premium. Irma, I always take a shower in the morning. Boars, I always listen to music. Actually, I can't get, I read that already. Charge, I rarely go grocery shopping. I prefer a supermarket. Carlos, do you read the newspaper? No. No, I don't. So, Carlos, I do not read Japanese. A little bit. I can read a little bit Japanese, but it's too difficult. So I get a newspaper in English delivered. So I read the newspaper in English. Yeah, I can't read Japanese. So that's one thing I cannot do. So I always read the newspaper in English. Okay, great. Everyone, nice sentences, everyone. Irma, I sometimes read books with my kids during the week because I love to do. I sometimes read books with my kids during the week because I love to do. Okay, Irma, what about the weekend? So your sentence, Irma, I sometimes read books with my kids during the week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Good. Because I love to do on I don't know, what do you love to do on the weekend? So you have to tell me what you love to do on the weekend. Helga, I rarely listen to music. I listened to one Kazakhstan's composer and pianist last night, Olgig, I can't pronounce that last name. It was dedicated to Noritz. His music was crystal and calm. Okay, good. I don't know those names, Helga, but nice sentence. Charge, I always listen to music before going to bed. Okay. Okay. Let's go. We're going to go 2 more minutes. I'm looking at the clock. We're going to go 2 more minutes. And then we have a quiz on top of the chat. There's a quiz. Choose the best word, right? There's a white box. In the white box, there is a missing word, or there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. You have to choose the best word. There are 4 choices. That's the quiz on top of the chat in the white box. So let's do 2 more minutes of describing the pictures. Of course, on my Patreon, you find the worksheets, today's worksheets. And with describing people, I did an audio of me describing the pictures so you can get ideas, you can get pronunciation practice, you can get a guide, you get an example, right? So go to my Patreon, support me there so I can support you here. Support me there so I can support you here. Let's go 2 more minutes. Then we'll do the quiz. Counting down. Okay, Mercy, I always listen to the news. I always listen to the news. Carlos, I always listen to music while driving to work. Irma, I rarely read books with my kids during the week because I prefer to do it on the weekend. Good, Irma. Yes. So we want to say the weekend. I prefer to do it on the weekend. Thank you, Boris. Boris, just put the link to my Patreon. Get the worksheets. Support me. And I love you. Good, Mercy. I always listen to the news. Yeah, so we always put the in front of news. Always, the news. Okay, another minute, and then we'll do the quiz on top of the chat. Did you do the quiz on top of the chat in the white box? "30 seconds. Irma, I always turn on the radio while I am driving. Good, Irma. Nice sentence. Okay, Boars, I always pick up groceries on the weekend. Good. Okay, there we go. The timer has sounded. Yeah, okay, Katie, we'll practice that. Good idea. Okay, so that was the worksheet. Patreon for the worksheet. Okay, let's go over the pronunciation again, because rarely is a difficult one to pronounce. So we're going to pronounce these again before we do our quiz in the chat. So on top of the chat, there's a quiz, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word, and you choose which word is best for the sentence. Okay, but before we do that, let's go over the pronunciation of these adverbs of frequency, how often the action happens. How often the action happens, right? Always, here we go. Always, always, always. And that's 100%. So this action happens 100% of the time. Usually, let's say it 3 times. Usually, usually, usually. And the action happens 80% of the time. Sometimes, sometimes, sometimes. The action happens 50% of the time. Rarely, 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 rarely. And the action happens 20% of the time. Rarely. And never, 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 never. The action happens 0%. It never happens. It doesn't happen. It's 0%. Okay, good, good. All right. Okay, Irma, I usually get up at 5 p.m.? You mean 5 a.m. There we go. You're going to fix that, right? I think it's 5 a.m. Okay, here we go. Let's do the quiz. On top of the chat, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. Choose the best word for the sentence. Here is the sentence. Well, first, are you ready for the quiz? Yeah? Okay, here we go. The sentence is, in the ocean were swimming together. In the ocean were swimming together. Choose the best word. Is it fish? Is it fishes? Is it fished? Is it fishing? Does the sentence go like this? The fish in the ocean were swimming together. The fishes in the ocean were swimming together. The fished in the ocean were swimming together. The fishing in the ocean were swimming together. Fish, fishes, fished, fishing. Choose the best word. Good luck. Yes. Yeah, Irma, I usually wake up at 5 a.m. I knew that. Yep, good, Irma. Helga, the fish in the ocean were swimming together. Yes, that is correct. It's fish. We use fish as uncountable, as a singular. We say the fish in the ocean were swimming together. That's right. Everyone got it right. Yeah, it's fish. Good, Hannah. It is fish. Yeah, charge. It is fish. Katie, the fish in the ocean were swimming together. Perfect. Okay, good job, everyone. That is the right word. That's the best word. That's the correct word. It is fish. The fish in the ocean were swimming together. A school of fish, right? We call the group fishy, or we call the group swimming together a school of fish. Yeah, Boris, the fish in the ocean were swimming together, but I was sitting and daydreaming about my future. Okay, Boris keeps making those connections. Good job, Boris. Boris is the ideal student. You're welcome, Helga. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It's Sunday here in Japan. Have a great day where you are. Have a great evening. Have a great night. Have a great morning wherever you are. And be safe. Stay healthy. Smile. Love and peace to you and your family. I will be back on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Tuesday, 5 p.m. I hope to see you here. And then I will be back next Friday at 10 a.m. and Sunday. So please, please come back. Tell me, sorry, tell your friends about me. Please share my videos. Please join my Patreon. Join the friendly green team. Your name will be in green, just like Irma, just like Carlos, just like Mary, and wait, we had like Irma, yeah. So we had Irma today, Carlos, Mary, and I think we had, didn't we? Wait, who we had? I'm going up the chat to see. Oh, I'm always forgetting names. Really? Just 3? Okay. I think someone popped in. Yeah, it was I'm blanking out on the name. Anyways, Green Team, thank you for your kind support. The Green Team, they support me every month financially, so I really appreciate the Green Team for your kind support. I really appreciate it. Okay, until Tuesday, have a great day. Georgina, welcome. Come back again. Yeah, Georgina, come back. See us again. Come here every week. Join the Green Team, Georgina. Be like Carlos. Go to my Patreon. Support me on Patreon. Get the worksheets. We could do the worksheet together. Okay, let's count down and say goodbye together. Here we go. We're counting down to saying goodbye together. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Smile. Love and peace to you and your family. Be healthy, stay safe, and I will be back on Tuesday. And come back every day to my channel. There are quizzes, there are videos, there are shorts and live streams and regular videos every day for you. I do this for you. Okay, thanks so much. I will see you next time. Take it easy. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.